Okay, big reveal is coming up, get ready, and ta-da! So I implemented this effect at the beginning of the stage that reveals the first 40 characters column by column. The reason for this is it would take too long to actually draw all of it, and it's kind of a nice effect that the player can see what's coming up and it lets them get ready. And now we're going to start scrolling. Okay, this is actually going to take a while, so just hold on for the moment. And keep your eye on the border. And here we go. Something happened. And look at that. The green vehicles are perfectly fine. And again, keep your eye on the border. Oh, by the way, these planks and these trees weren't here before. And here we go, look at that. The artillery is showing up 100% correct. Okay, so what's happening here? I'm going to go over the explanation. For some of you, this might be obvious, and I'm obviously not breaking any new ground here. In fact, some people might think that I'm reinventing the wheel. It's possible. But nevertheless, if you're interested, you can keep listening. So what I've done is I've marked up the map into 5 sections and designated one of them as the upper. So what do I mean by that? Basically, the 128 characters that we have available for the background graphics, the one section that's designated upper, which is basically the trees, is at the top or upper part of this of the 128 characters, and then whatever goes below can get replaced. So this is what the entire map looks like. Ooh, that's very small. And then these are the sections. So the first section has 57 unique characters. The second section, which is the forest, this is what I marked as upper, has 44. The third one has 73. The fourth one, which is the forest repeated, has 0 unique characters because everything that's there has already been drawn once before in the second section. And then finally, the fifth section has 81 unique characters. So that's a total of 255 characters on the map, which is quite a bit. But if you look at it closely, you can see that none of the lower sections plus upper ever go over 128. So I'm pretty happy with this solution. And from the player's point of view, this is completely seamless. They won't notice anything. A little bit more on that actually. So the way the replacement works is the engine does a lot of copying. It copies the characters and the colors at almost every frame, but not every frame. And this has been calculated into the engine from the very beginning, from the very first prototype. So those frames when I don't have to move the entire color and character map, I have really quite a bit of CPU time to do this kind of copying. And so this was actually relatively simple to implement once I wrapped my head around it. The actual map data is basically pointers in the memory to the columns. And whenever the high byte of a pointer is 0, that's what I use as a flag. And then I use the low byte as the number of characters that need to be copied. And the following 2 bytes are basically the address of where this data needs to get copied. Those are technical details. It's not that important. The point is, basically with this method, I could have unlimited number of characters in any one map. Well, at the moment, all the sprites are stuck on the first level, so next I'm going to work on letting the player climb.